Hi, my name is Andy Boyle, and welcome to The Primer. This is a video how-to series on the Forensic Technology product line and some tips and tricks on how I think you can best use them to get the most efficient use out of them. In today's video, I want to show you how you can use the hotkeys instead of clicking your mouse on certain buttons. The keyboard can be used, and you can actually personalize what you use those keyboard buttons for. For instance, by default, the up, down, left, right arrows on your keyboard will move the test exhibit 1 pixel at a time. Personally, I never use these arrows for this task. I'm more than happy to just click and drag and move stuff with the mouse to get my comparisons going. I don't ever really go 1 pixel at a time with the keyboard. So with that in mind, if we look up here, we've got next exhibit is page down, previous exhibit is page up. So if I hit page down right now, I can go from number 1 to number 2. And if I look over here, the correlation results, you sometimes have multiple best matches to go through, and that's found up here. If I change the alignment and hit the best match button, it's going to fix it back to the best match that it saw. The thing is that there are a total of 4 different correlation algorithms that are at work here, and there are times when they'll all agree with each other. If we go back up to number 1 here, there's only one result here because all of these scores saw phase 4, Lee 5 to Lee 2 as the best overall performing comparison. If we go to the second place person here, now we've got 3 possible options because Max Lee 3D and Max Phase 3D and Max Lee 3D both agreed with these ones, but now you can see there's also Max Phase 2D liked Phase 2, Lee 1 to Lee 2, Max Lee 2D liked Phase 4, Lee 6 to Lee 3. And now the green arrow here, green triangle, is showing us which one is currently active right now. We can toggle through those by clicking on the next best match button and work our way through those. So the hotkeys here would have you holding 3 buttons down simultaneously, which I don't like to do. And so because I don't ever use the arrow keys to move those exhibits one at a time, I'm going to go to the tools section here, and I'm going to go to keyboard shortcuts. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Other in that drop list, and I've got those 4 options here. Move Test Image Left is the left arrow key. I'm going to remove that functionality. Right, remove that functionality. Up, remove that. And down, remove that. So those 4 arrow keys on my keyboard currently have no function. But now I'm going to go ahead and find something for them to do. I'm going to go to the toolbar, and in the main toolbar over here, so main toolbar selected, previous exhibit, next exhibit. Previous exhibit is currently page up. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to swap it for the up arrow and assign that. And next exhibit is page down. Remove that and give it the down arrow. Assign that. And then best match toolbar, you've got previous best match, next best match. Previous best match is Control Shift Left. Way too many keys in my mind. I just want that to be, left. Assign. And Control Shift Right for next best match. Remove that functionality and replace it with the right arrow key. Assign that and close. Now I've just personalized those 4 arrow keys on my keyboard, and my hand does not need to move very far. I can just tap up, and I'm going back to 1 of 52, and I've got 1 comparison to do in that one. When I look at this one, and actually I want to see, let's separate these, because when I do my screening, I want to see all of the reference, all of the test. And now, at this point, I will just have my hand on the arrow keys, and I only have 1 best match to look at with that blue text over here. And so if I see something, I'll do a comparison. If I don't see something, I'll hit the down arrow, and now I'm looking at number 2 of 52, and I've got 3 best matches to toggle through. I can look at the first one, hit the right arrow, look at the second one, right arrow again, look at the third, and if I saw nothing, I hit the down arrow, and now I'm looking at number 3 of 52. And I got 2 to look at here. There's the first best match. There's the second best match. Next one, 4 of 52. And so you can get into a very fast and easy workflow where your hand never moves more than 2 inches on the keyboard until there's a nice set to look at. I'm going to go all the way back up to the very first one here, because when I see something like this, at this point, this is when I would stop, move my hand away from the keyboard, grab the mouse, and actually go and start playing with my visual tools here. I would zoom in, I would bring this in for a comparison, I would play with that side light, and bring this around, even explore around the surface itself. Let's lock these two together, look at 6 to 3, see if the comparison still holds well for the full phased wraparound here. Once I'm happy that I've found something that looks like a potential match, I would do a printout. Let's say I would send that to the firearms examiner who's working this case to say, hey, look, you've got to pull these exhibits here because something looks really good on screen. Once I'm done with that, let's say I'm finished looking at number 1, I've done my printout, I can reset this. It goes back to my preferences, and now my hand goes back to the keyboard, and I move on to the next one to do my comparison. I'd actually want to turn on the correlation here again, because I do like to glance over, look at how many I have to do, and then I look at the middle of the screen, I go through those, and then I hit the down arrow, glance over at how many best matches there are, and work through it like that. And so that becomes a very fast way of working through, screening through your correlation results for bullets while using the side-by-side compare screen. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for future content, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.